Hello, Christine Solosky here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live in Sydney, Australia. Today I've got something really exciting to unbox to show you. I've purchased the new mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So here we go. I thought I'd do a little video on how to use this machine and a couple of different ideas that you can use on your cards. So let's have a look inside. There we go. Okay, it's very well packaged, as you can see, as is all of Stampin' Up's products. So here we have the mini cut, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine quick start guide. So that's all our plates in there. So that's nicely bundled together. Take that off. And here is our little machine, all tucked away snugly in that cute little box. So I'll just take it out of its plastic. So all our little machines have beautiful non-slip buttons on the bottom to stop our machine moving. So when it's down, it's not going to move while you're doing. It also has the Stampin' Up logo on both sides of our little pull-out flaps. So you put it down, pull them out, and it's locked into place. So unless you lift it up, it's not going to move. So there we go. Let's have a little go at these plates. I'll just tell you a little bit about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So if you have a look in our annual catalogue on pages 152 and 153, it shows you here the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the Stampin' Cut machine, which is the larger one. So the plates are slightly different for the mini than they are with this one. Now you'll know that anything that has this little mini logo can be used in this machine, and there's no logo on the big one. Obviously you can use the smaller things in the big machine, but you can't use the things that are for the big machine into the smaller machine. Not smaller dies you can, but the larger dies you need the bigger machine. So we're going to be using the mini today. Now I'm also using products out of our mini catalogue. So on pages 8 and pages 9, I'm going to be showcasing some dies out of the Frosted Gingerbread bundle. So again here, this shows you that this die set is used in the mini machine. This one next to it, which is the Pretty Pillow Box dies, the smaller dies that are there could be used in the mini machine, but the large die that cuts out the pillow box, there's no symbols on there to show you that it can go with the mini machine. So that gives you a bit of an idea what to look for in your catalogue. If you've got the mini machine, you see the little mini, those dies can be used in that machine. So that's a nice little tip. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be using the Greenery embossing folders, and that is also in our main annual catalogue. Sorry, here we go. So the Greenery one is on page 154, and it also has a little machine. So you can see that the ones that are for the mini machine have a little machine on them, and the others are in the larger machine. So there's another 3 there that you can use in this mini machine. Okay, so they've got 2 embossing folders in these. So it shows you on the front what the embossing folders are inside. And you always use your embossing folders with your Stampin' Up logo up the top. And when you put them through any die cutting machine, your hinge goes through first. Do not ever put your embossing folders that way, or you could break or damage your embossing folder. Okay, let's have a look at these plates. Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? They're so tiny, so cute. Okay, it has a little mini guide here, so it shows you, and that'll also have your warranty details in it. Okay, so we've got number 1 plate. Now on each plate it shows you which plates to use. So this one's your die cutting edge plate. So this is using with your thin dies. So you use the base plate, which is number 1, and you use 2 of the number 2 plates. When you're going to do embossing, you have 2 embossing plates. This one is used, number 4 is used with 3D embossing folders, and this one is used with the standard embossing folders, which I'm using today is the standard embossing folders. So let's have a go with the embossing now. Okay, I've got 2 pieces of cardstock today, and I'm using the polished pink and soft succulent. Sorry, just had to have a drink of water. I've got a bit of asthma today. So I'm using the soft succulent and the polished pink, which are the in colours for 2021. So we're going to be using our number 1 plate. We're going to be using the embossing folder. So just place your paper in. And the paper that I've cut for these embossing folders is in 8.5 centimetres by 15.5 centimetres, or 3 5/16 of an inch by 6 2/16 of an inch. So we're going to put that down there. Then we're picking up our number 3 plate, which is our standard embossing folder plate. Put the sandwich together. Just push it a little bit to get it going. And then wind your handle, hold the top down, and it'll be nice and stable to emboss your piece of cardstock. Put them back there. We're going to use those again. So this is the first embossing folder. So you get a beautiful, you could use that way, or you could use that way. You can also turn it over and use what they call the de-emboss side. So that is the emboss side where it's all raised, and that is the de-emboss side, and you'll see that it's more indent. So you can please yourself which side you want to use. So we're going to use the second folder with the soft succulent. And again, we're using plate number 1 and plate number 3, which is the standard embossing plate. Just give it a little push to get it started. And there we go. Look at that. That's just gorgeous, isn't it? That's the de-emboss side, and there's your raised side. Now, you could either use that on one piece of card, and you could use it in the landscape or the portrait side. You could also fussy cut that out and fussy cut that one, and you could use them both side by side, or one on the bottom and then put some DSP underneath. So there's a few options that you could use for those. Now today I'm using the Gingerbread Dies, and these are used in the mini machine as we saw earlier. So I'm going to be using the snowflake die, the bell die, and this one cuts out the little circle die, cuts out the little candy cane treats. So we're going to be using different plates for this. So we've got the 2 number 2s and the number 1. So we'll put the number 2 there. I'll just put this paper in here. So we've got plate number 2. And we're going to put these on there like that. And I've got the gingerbread biscuit cookie cutter. So I'm going to just sit that there. That one's moved a little bit. There we are. And the bell. Am I going to fit the bell there? Yes. There we go. Okay, we're going to put our second number 2 plate on very carefully. If you wanted to, you could also always put a little bit of washi tape on there. So we're just going to push it again to start it off. You'll hear a little clicking sound, That's okay. That's the dies cutting into the cutting plate. That's quite natural, so don't be frightened that you're doing something wrong if you haven't used a die cutting machine before. So let's have a look. Okay. Oops, where's our little... Oops, there we go. I've lost the little piece. So there we are. That's cut out the bell, the snowflake biscuit, and the little candy. So that's a really lovely little machine. So have a look in your catalogues on page 153 and 154. Sorry, 152 and page 153. And if you're interested in getting a catalogue or any of the products that I'm using today, please contact me or leave a message below in this video and I shall get back to you. Thank you for your time. Bye.